Oof. And that's going to be 11 on the head. How do you like that, folks? Yeah, very underestimated. I like it. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain Jay, and tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do. Because we are running a little bit of Hand Ripper, a little bit of Discard, a little bit of Lockout, a little bit of all that stuff right there. And there's a few new interesting discard cards that I like to play, and there's a couple of other tricks and tips that we're going to run on this one. I call this one Space Black. Why do I call it Space Black? Well, because that's a cool name, but also because it was given to us by a good friend of the channel called Neptune, who's been pushing me to play this one for a while. He says, this is the best black deck ever, kept sending me the deck on Discord, saying, you got to try it out, man. I said, sure, I'll try it. I'll put my own spin on it. I'll do my own build on it, and we'll run it and see how she flies. And it flew pretty good. After I modified it to my liking, gave me the overall kind of structure of it, it worked pretty good. I was pretty happy with it. So before we get down to the shakedown breakdown here, I need you to do something for me, which is, of course, tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button, because if you don't press that like and subscribe button, you will be attacked by the like and subscribe, which is, of course, a YouTube werewolf who will viciously rip you apart for not liking and subscribing to the channel today. Join the villains. You know you want to. You can also join us on the stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all live streaming goodness. Love to have you on my Twitch. Hit that bell so you don't miss our YouTube streams as well. Yes, we stream right here on YouTube, so follow us there. And, of course, this deck and all the other... yeah, just go on there. Check out our Discord community. Check out our Discord community first, because that's where Neptune kept sending me this one saying this is the best thing ever. And I said, you know what, man, I'm gonna take you up on your word. I'm gonna give it a shot. And of course, this deck and all the other ones that I build are available down below on my AetherHub. So if you want a copy of this Space Black, come on by the AetherHub and get a copy for yourself. So what are we talking about here? A couple of new cards that I never really want. Battlefly Swarm. I actually really like this one. I don't know why I've never really been on this one, but a 1/1 flyer with the ability to give itself Death Touch, super useful. It's got a deadly sting on this. What that means is that it works as a very, very good blocker. It works as a super good blocker right here. And because if you just have something flying, you can just activate for 1 black. You can just activate the Death Touch and it'll kill anything. So good early play. I'm going to go with Duress, the turn 1 Duress right there. Turn 1 Duress is super useful. I've had people scoop on a turn 1 Duress. If you've never played Discard before, people don't like it. It's like kind of like Mill. It's kind of like Black's version of Mill. They just don't like when you start ripping cards out of their hand. And Duress is, of course, going to be 1 black. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. So it can pull really useful stuff early on if they have counterspells, discards, removals, board wipes, planeswalkers, or something like that. As long as non-creature, non-land, you can immediately get rid of it, which is extremely useful. So I really like that. Bitter Triumph, yeah, we're gonna put a little bit of removal here. Well, more than a little. I'm going to go with Bitter Triumph for the discard, and I'm going to go with, for removal package, I'm also going to go with Sheoldred's Edict. We're going to throw in one end, the end right there. That's going to be our kill cards. We're also going to have Gix's Command, which we'll talk about that. But we're talking about direct or indirect removal. I think 3 Bitter Triumphs, 2 Sheoldred's Edict is going to be this one. Bitter Triumph, I like playing the 3. We actually are going to gain some decent amount of life with this deck. We have the ability to gain life, so I'm not worried about that 3 life. Or the discard is going to be fine too. Deep Cavern Bat. You've seen this little uncommon bat pop up a lot lately. It has been a really, really useful card as of late. 1 black and 1 bat, flying, lifelink, 1/1. Deep Cavern Bat enters the battlefield. Look at target opponent's hand. You may exile a non-land card until Deep Cavern Bat leaves the battlefield. So, again, kind of a discard. You look in their hand, you see what's there, and then you get rid of something. You combine this with like turn 1 Duress, turn 2 Deep Cavern Bat, and then turn 3 something like Cerebral Confiscation. Their hand is messed up. Their hand is absolutely jacked up. Things are not going well. That's what I like to see. I like to see a turn 1 Duress, turn 2 Cavern, and Cerebral Confiscation. This is a new one out of Karlov. 1 black and 2. Choose 1. Target opponent discards 2 cards or reveals their hand, and choose a non-land. That player discards it. I don't really like the targeted one. I just like hitting them for 2 cards immediately. Like I said, we set up that 1, 2, 3 hit, and all of a sudden they're missing 3 cards out of their hand. If they've mulliganed and playing mana, they might almost have nothing left. They might absolutely just have almost nothing left on that draw right there, which is really, really useful to just rip them down that quickly. We're going to go with Gix. Gix is how we're going to even the score. 2 black and 1 Gix, Yawgmoth Praetor, legendary creature for Phyrexian Praetor. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller may pay 1 life. If they do, they draw a card. So we're going to be able to draw cards for 1 life here. Why do we like this? The main reason we like this is we're going to gain card superiority while they lose card superiority, okay? They're going to have no cards. We're going to have all the cards because we're going to put in some additional card draw options for ourselves in this deck. So while they have like 1 or 2, we're going to have like 5 or 6 or 7. That's just going to give us more options and more capabilities as we go on. We're just going to outgun them. Got to have a discard deck. You got to put Liliana the Villainy right here. 2 black and 1. Legendary creature, legendary planeswalker Liliana. Each player discards a card. Of course, great +1 right there. We have to throw something away too, but that's fine if we have a dupe or something in there. We have a dupe or we have a mana and we just get rid of. Target player sacrifice a creature. Again, early force sacrifice. Or separate into 2 piles for the -6. We can force people to lose stuff. That's not bad either. That's not a bad grab right there. Phyrexian Arena, again, the ability to draw an extra card every turn, combined with the Yawgmoth's ability to grab more cards every turn. It's just good. It's just good common sense, man. It's just going to it's just gonna be a super useful ability right there. It's just gonna get, again, card superiority. We want more bullets. We want to outgun them. We want more options. More and more stuff, because when they don't have the responses to us, even if they're running control, they don't have as many board wipes as we have creatures to put down. They don't have that many counter spells for stuff we need to put down, that much removal. They just can't outdo us when we're early on slowly ripping their hand down and continually do it. So that's good stuff right there. That's why we're going to put down Phyrexian Arena. It's going to combine well with Sheoldred as well. Don't forget that. Archfiend of the Dross. You know I love this guy. This is my guy right here. 2 black and 2 6/6 flying Phyrexian Demon. Archfiend of the Dross enters the battlefield with 4 oil counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove an oil counter of Archfiend. Then if it has no oil counters on it, you lose the game. I think maybe twice I've lost the game because of that. And it's only because they either they've hit me with that card that says remove 3 counters from somebody, and they've just conveniently had that in their hand. Otherwise, guys, if you have a 6/6 flying demon that makes them lose life as soon as stuff dies, they're just going to lose the game. They're just going to die. This thing is just going to kill them on the draw right here. So you've just got to push it in like that. That is going to be what's really terrible to run. Just one of the best black cards in there. Bloodletter of Aclazotz. 3 black and 1 2/4 vampire demon. You know we love it. If an opponent would lose life during your turn, they lose twice that much life. I love to combine this guy with Archfiend. Guess why? Because we play a removal. They lose 2 life. It's on our turn. Then guess what? They lose 4 life for each creature that died. You do something like Gix's Command, where you kill all of their creatures. You kill all their power 2 or less and force sacrifice on somebody. You can just win the game by having these 2 cards out. Because they've maybe 3 or 4 creatures died. Let's say 4 creatures died. That's 2 for each. That's 4 for each. 4 times 4 16. They're dead. Boom. So, Sheoldred, Bloodletter, and Archfiend, just a demon pair made in heaven right there. Or hell, rather. Or hell. Match made in hell. All right, that's enough metal for right now. So Bloodlighter is going to be a fantastic combo for us right there as well. Just increases the amount of damage overall. Another flying. Sheldra the Apocalypse. All this card draw, we know we're going to have some powerful stuff right here. Gix, drawing cards. Another Phyrexian Praetor, draw cards. So we lose that 1 life, we actually gain 2 life, so we gain 1 life. Phyrexian Arena, we gain 1 life when we draw that extra card. We kind of negate out the negatives that Sheldred has right there, which is an amazing thing Sheldred does. Generally, you know, when you want power with black, you have to have a downside. Sheldred just makes the downside a plus side. That's how amazing she is. She's just so amazing and beautiful, and just... I just really like Sheldred. 2 black and 2, 4/5 Phyrexian Praetor with Death Touch. Just a terror. An absolute terror. If you gain, when you draw a card, you gain 2 life. And whenever an Ops draws a card, they lose 2 life. Just pure pain. The amount of pain that they're going to go through with this one, people have to have removal on hand to get rid of Sheldred. She's that bad. We're going to throw The End in there. If you don't want it, I get it. But we certainly can throw 1 end in there. That'll just permanently remove a certain creature or planeswalker from the game. You search their hand, library, graveyard, everywhere, and just get rid of all of them. Very nice. We're going to go with 1 Aclazotz, Deepest Betrayal, 2 black and 3, 4/4 flying lifelink. That's a little bit more discard for your pleasure right there. Whenever it attacks, each opponent discards a card. For each opponent you can't, you draw a card. Again, card superiority. That's what we want there. We want to build card superiority. So if they already have ripped all of their stuff out of their hand, if they can't discard a card, we draw. And if they discard a land thinking they're going to be slick, we get a 1/1 bat creature token flying. If it dies, we get Temple of the Dead, which of course we can use as a black mana, and of course retransform it back into Aclazotz if it has 1 or fewer cards in their hand and only as a sorcery useful. Gix's command is going to be our little guy wipe right there. Destroy each creature with power 1 or less. Guys, you're kind of going to need this with the Boros Convoke decks coming out, man. A lot of times they're going to have 1/1 and 2/2 creatures out. By turn 5, turn 6, if they have a really wide board, this is going to be a very, very useful card to rip them down. Force sacrifice or put 2 1/1 counters and get a lifelink. I don't ever really use the return 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. I like the lifelink. I like to destroy all the creatures with power 2 or less, or each opponent sacrifices a creature with the highest power. Very useful. Then a card that we haven't run in a while, Painful Quandary right here. If an opponent casts a spell, that player loses 5 life unless they run a discard. That's super cool. I haven't run that in a while, but it is terrible. That's also Gix right there. The guy on that card right there. He's the one torturing Mishra. 2 black and 3. Yeah, if they don't have enough to discard, they're gonna take damage. It's gonna be real bad. And if they want to cast a reactive spell, guess what? Aclazotz actually doubles that. So if they want to run like a counter spell on your turn and they don't have a card to discard, they're actually going to lose 10 life. Breach the Multiverse. Why not throw 1 of those in there? It is very useful at the high end to come back in the high end and hit us real hard right there. Each player mills 10, and you look for a creature card or planeswalker, put it in the graveyard, put those battlefields. You look in the graveyard, put each card from one of there in the graveyard, 1 of yours. Then each creature you control is a Phyrexian addition to its other type. So Phyrexian Madness right there. Virtue of Persistence. If you can want to do different, like if you want more Breach and less Virtue, you can do that. If you want more Virtue, you can do Breach. Virtue has the Lochthwain Sworn, which is 1 black and 1, -3, and it gains 3 life. 2 life right there, which is extremely useful. 2 black and 5 at the beginning of your upkeep. Put a target creature card from your graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. That's what is. We're going to finish it off on the top end right there. Again, a little bit of early removal, and then, of course, the resurrection spells as we go. 2 Hidden Necropolises, 18 Swamps, 1 Dross Pit, 2 Scene of the Crimes. Again, for the extra card draw, Dross Pit, extra card draw, Scene of the Crime Scene, extra card draw, and, of course, Hidden Necropolis is going to be your Discover 4 right there. What we're looking at is 18 creatures, a lot of them Phyrexians. 6 instants, 7 sorceries, 2 artifacts, 5 enchantments, 1 planeswalker, 23 lands altogether. I'm a little low on lands here for some reason. I think we could probably run it 24 lands. I don't know why I was running so little lands there. I was still flooding, surprisingly. So that's what we're looking at. I don't really have any suggestions for sideboard. We're kind of all over the place. Any kind of other discard. If you want to run any other kind of discard, if you want to run any other kind of combination, things right here. That's how much discard we have in the deck. If you want to see on the horizontal view, that's what we're looking at right there. Anything else that you would want to throw in there? Yeah, you could definitely do it. Dreams of Steel and Oil, that's a fine one right there. You could always run Cut Down for a little bit of removal. You could always run one of those again. Hopeless Nightmare is not a bad one to go for. Any kind of additional discard or additional removal is going to be your friend there for your pleasure. So change it up. If they're running a heavy something else, if they're running like a heavy kind of heavy creature deck, put more removal, all that stuff like that. But I think keeping them suppressed, keeping their cards down and your cards up, that's going to be the name of the game right there. That's going to be what we're going to want to do right there. So any of those are going to do good. Here we go into it. Let's get into some games. This is Standard and Alchemy Legal. It is both for your pleasure. So let's get into Alchemy Ranked. We are Mythic right here. This is Mythic Black. So leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Beseech, YouTube, you still with me? Y'all got real quiet. They want to have a format for their net decks and Alchemy cards upset their plans to take to other spaces. The amount about Pioneer Cars Explorer not being in yet. Kind of, yeah. Immediate bat. I hope Explorer never reaches Pioneer status, to be honest. That's pretty funny. I appreciate you hating on Pioneer. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty funny. Why? Wait, you don't like Pioneer, period? Oof, buff. Take action, bitter triumph, enter. They said there's their goals to have it officially be that big. Look at this flood right here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Flood me harder. Flood me harder. That's some good flooding right there, boys. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that was some solid fucking flooding right there. Beautiful. I can actually hit Hidden Necropolis. Believe it or not. That was some good-ass fucking flooding right there. Woo-wee. Some good old classic home style flooding. Yeah. Take that hit. Boom. Bop. How many did we draw in a row? We drew 3 in a row. It's gonna have the enemy there. Very nice. And take him out. Boom. Hey, what's up, Cody? Virtue of Persistence. So let's get batty. He's got Gopher. Still get to see his hand. He's got fucking One Ring. Oof. Put that down. One Ring down. Pass. Oof. Some more mana for you. Boom. Do that. Our creature cards. Alright, we're gonna wait. We're gonna draw. No attacks. Alright, he's gonna draw there. What's he gonna put down? A Sheldred, maybe? Deep Cavern Bat. He's gonna be able to look. What does he look at? Nice. He's gonna draw a card. Two of them that time. Kill him. Black mana. He's gonna swing in. Blockers. Block. Death Touch. Wabango. Kill. Pop. Draw. Alright, let's just breach. Why not? Out of my graveyard, I will take the Bloodletter of Alazotz. Out of Op's graveyard, I will take the Sheldred. There we go. Sheldred's Edict. Whoop. Did he do the wrong one? There you go. Draw 3 cards. There you go, man. Boop, 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 doop. Go for the throat, naturally. Why not? Sheldred's Edict. Why not? And he's out of there. Wonderful. All right. Well, that worked. I don't know what he was. I don't know what exactly his plan was there. But I do like this card superiority of this deck. By the way, outline and bone structure for this deck was given to me by Neptune, who has been encouraging me to return to Mono Black for a while. So Neptune, I will shout him out. But yeah, he's been trying to push this one on me for a while. Ooh, well, if I draw a mana, it'll be good. Yeah. If I draw a mana, it'll be good. I just I don't support any format that encourages people to look up World Tour builds. Yeah, I can kind of feel that, dude. That's a pretty fucking, that's a pretty good pretty good stance to have. As I've said, I'm not hyper competitive with this stuff, so. Sworn Guardian. Alright, so that is... If he doesn't play any, I can do Lily, I can do Sheoldred's Edict, then Lily, and kill his whole side right there, and then start the discard. Then start the hand rippers. Should be pretty funny. Wall of Runes. Scry 1. Load up Arena and Alt F4. Non-token creature. Oof. Counterspell? If only I had Arena to play and not Paper, I would never think of Magic, to be honest. That makes you sad. You like, so you're saying you like Paper way more, than whatchamacallit, is what you're saying. Than Arena. Let's try this. Move. You much prefer Paper over Arena. Is this a starter deck? What's going on here? Oof. Take it. Liliana the Villiana. Want to sacrifice the creature. Oof. Oof. And he's out of there. Brandon St. Randy. I don't know what he was running. Some sort of blue starter deck. It didn't work. I mean, it's playgroups, more fun at LGS where you can find a random Paper, Pauper, and Commander. Yeah, I wish they had an artisan queue. I'd be Arena's #1 artisan fucking builder if they put an artisan queue. I love artisan more than Pauper. It's even more niche than Pauper, but still, it's fun. Yeah. Everyone plays Arena like they do any game. They find the best way to choose that no matter what to brew. It is unfortunate that stuff like that happens, you know. We do get a Pauper event on Arena every now and again. I think that they can't justify keeping the server queues open for that. Well, it's cheaper to run meta on Arena than it is in Paper. I think that that's the problem. It's way cheaper to run the top build on Arena. You spend maybe $50, you get the top build on Arena. you know? So... kill. Oof. Alright. Wingspan Vanitar. Nice. So let's do the bitterest of triumph. We're gonna pay 3 life. Earthshaker Dreadmaw. Can't put that out yet. Let's get rid of Shock so we can't get rid of those. Okay. Huatli, Poet of Unity, naturally. Okay. Loses that one. Swing in. Bang in. Exile Huatli. Let's do this. Pop, pop. Goes down to that. He can bring in a big boy right now. He can bring a trooper in. There's a Dreadmaw. Gets to draw a lot. I feel like this is gonna be bad for him though. Elven Farsight. Arena because poor. Yeah, I mean, it is cheaper to build on. It is cheaper to build on Arena than it is any other platform right now. So that is an advantage. I think it's a good advantage. You know, I don't think it's a bad thing. That's. Whoa. Okay, so hold on. If I hit him for 8, hold on a second here. Double. This would be 4, 8. Let's do this then. Fuck it. Weeball. Yeah, that's what I thought. I've had that Invisible song stuck in my head by Duran Duran that everyone says is from Metal Gear Solid, but it isn't. It's just a meme that it's from Metal Gear Solid. Top Deck Heaven. Yeah, oh my goodness. Well, it's bound to happen one of these times, you know? And I call your name. Crime scene of the crime. Alright, we're gonna start with the turn 1 duress. Maybe we can get him to quit. Ooh. So only got that shit in there, huh? Juggernaut Peddler. See that pretty little hand of yours? Steel Seraph ain't gonna be it, Holmes. Aether, Sarah Marshall reference? What was my Sarah Marshall reference? Legion of Ashes. Very nice. I don't think I did one. Crime scene, scene of the crime. No, literally called crime scene, scene of the crime right there. It's its actual name. Are you crime scene Phoenix or crime scene, scene of the crime? Yeah, I know that reference. Laundry. No, it's literally called Scene of the Crime. Here. Let me close that for you. See? It's gonna fly in. Oof. All right. Yep. Don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut. Bitch. I said, bitch. He's gonna hit pretty hard, actually. Boom, boom, boom. He fucked me up pretty bad here. Duress. Crime scene, scene of crime. Let's hit a duress. Nothing I can do. Beat me up pretty bad here, and I got some garbage openers. This duress is hit on almost nothing. Juggernaut pedaled me twice, and Legion to Ash my thing, but I didn't get any big boys. Really didn't get any big boys. Can't win them all. Can't win them all. It's a shame Russell Brand went off the deep end. I used to like him. 10, 15 years ago, he was all right. Hey, what's up, USG? Op goes first. I'd like to go first one of these days, man. I'd like to go first, man. One of these days. Ooh, another one, guy. We got another one here. We got another one here, boys. We got an Esper player, go, boys. Wow. Yeah, I'll draw spits. Errata. No blocks. Boom. life. Oh. Cut down, very nice. Go in, hit, no problem there. Let's do another arc feed. He's having mana issues, huh? Flip it up. And that's gonna be his death right there. Pop, pop. Draws, and he dies right away. There we go. Drosy needs a chair. Oh no, word's getting out. I got lost doom scrolling through TikTok. I have the code. USG delivery, 100% on time guarantee. All right, let's get like 1 or 2 more wins. But I think we're proving the effectiveness of this guy. Everyone knows Cap's cooking in the lab, but no one knows I cracked the code. Capper Demon, what's he cooking, man? What's he cooking, man? He's always fiddling with something over there. I'll give him that. Man, I'd love to go first one of these days. That'd be so cool. He's always fiddling. I liked his domain expansion. That was pretty good. It even made me think of running domain for a half of a second before I realized that I would never do that in a million years. But it did make me think of it real quick. I mean, I can just ask him. I know Cap pretty well. I think he'd tell me. Watley. I think he's giving out hints. I think he's subtly hinting at what Cap has got up going on. Capper Demon's got going on. Ooh, nice. Nice hasty boy right there. Vango, it is a land. We will put that down. I will take this damage. I don't care. I can recover that life pretty well. Weird looking hasty dog. I like that drift where you're like, that dog is fucking weird looking, man. I'll tell you what, that's an odd looking dog if I ever saw one. It's funny. Destroy. Ooh, destroy target creature with flying. Very nice. Malignant Yugling. That's a weird looking dog. I don't know why that was funny to me, but that was funny to me. That's a weird looking dog. I don't know. I guess it's just late and I'm goofy brained right now. I don't think he's got it, man. I think he's given up. Willis Reed here. It tickles my funny bone, if I may use that horrible expression, when somebody grossly misidentifies everything. Like if somebody sees you know, a chicken or a rooster or something like that runs by them, they're like, God damn, that was a fat looking crow right there. That kind of humor just really gets me. I don't know why. That fat crow was just loud as hell. It laid an egg too. Ooh, I go first with no early plays. Do we want to try to draw into something? Yeah, we'll try to draw into something. Why not? She's got the munchies. Wait, he chose nothing? Is he gonna block? Okay. You hate giving out clues. I think it has something to do with clue tokens, blood tokens. It's a token deck, from what I'm gathering. Oof, that's a lot of Sheldreds. 1,000 moons. Clozots. This is really gonna hurt unless he blocks it. That's gonna be a really painful hit. That's gonna really hurt him bad. Oof. Yeah. Action. Now I have the mana to do the death touch on that. Listen, I don't need you to kink shame me. Okay? I don't need you to tell me not to have feelings for this giant, unfathomable monster. You know, that's not your business. Block. Activate death. I think it's probably using tokens to kick Cryptic Zoetic out. Or whatever it's called. little bit. What's he gonna do here? Yeah, that's that. Nice. Watching Jay read that. Yeah, I can't read that out loud. I can't read that out loud, man. What are you thinking? All right. The Queen from Aliens. I mean, kind of. She looks awesome. And she has more of a female form on the top end. She got attached to this body, okay? You can't body shame the bottom part of her, all right? You can't do it. It's not allowed. Oh, this guy's trying to run heavy control here. And we'll try to outgun him real quick. Take action. Okay. All right, he's gonna run fucking Legion to Ashes to get his removal back. Oof. We'll run that. We'll end run him with Bloodletter to hit him with a 6. Boom. Pop. Take action. He'll play a removal immediately. He's going to be on the defensive, which I like. He's just going to always be defensive right now. Yeah. Okay. We'll do that. We'll Deep Cavern Bat some of the shit. Deadly cover up. Yeah, you can't. We're gonna end run all this shit here. Oof. Hopefully he's put down Palantir. Okay. Yeah. Got him. Oh my goodness, is continuing their gift sub they got from Mamulian. Well, if it isn't Neptune, I'm running your deck right now, Neptune. Well, kind of. It's modified. All right, we're going to do one more and then be done. It's very similar. I did listen. You always have to adjust it. But it is based on your stuff, and I'll give you full credit for it. What did Golkappa say again? Cap discovered it. I just exploited it. Discover and exploit. Ooh, Boros stack. Very cool. A 90 card Boros stack. Alright, we're going to hit him. I like Cerebral Cut. Double discard for 3. That's a pretty good deal right there. The hints. I know. I already have an idea of what it is, because I've heard about this type of thing. This is equipment. We really need him to throw shit away here. I like Cap. Cap builds some aggressive combos. I've done some videos on his deck. Most recently, well, not recently, it hasn't been a while, but I built one of his decks. What was it? Praetorian. I built the Vampire Mardu deck. I couldn't resist the call of the Vampire. You know. Denalia, Benalia's Hope. Okay. Dire Flail. Ooh, very nice. Oof, oof. That. You, of course, you sacrifice with the higher power. Put 2/1/1 whatevers. Hit. Take action. Boom. Shale Dread. Boom. Another one of those. Okay. The Nathalia. You can put an Aura. Battlefield. Hit. Pop. Sheldrussi. Populussi. Swing. Pop. I will take the action. Boom. Pop. Boom. Pop. So you're gonna flail it up here. Quarantine Capricorn. Good friend of the channel. Nice. Swinging in with the heavy. Swinging in with the heavy. The blockers pop. Good stuff. What's he in? Oof. And that's going to be 11 on the head. How do you like that, folks? Yeah, very underestimated. I like that you put me onto those, Neptune. I like you put me onto those black bees. All right, guys. Pretty good all around here. We finished our dailies, and I think we're going to leave it right there for tonight. Again, big shout out to Neptune in the community who has been bugging me, no pun intended, because of the black bees. He said this is the top tier black running right now. I wanted to do some black denial discard, so I modified it, made it my own, as all of you should, and we had a fun time with it. So until next time, guys, I've been Jay Villain, and you've been great. Bye-bye.